Hi everybody, this is David with Guitar Lab. So today we're here for lesson number 6. What we're going to be working on today is learning a few more chords now that we know how to read chord charts. And then we're going to work on a very important skill once we know how to play chords, and that is changing between the chords, doing what I call jumping jacks. So the first chord we're going to look at today is a G major chord. So if we look at the chart, we'll build this together. We see that we're going to take our middle finger and place it on the low E 3rd fret. We're going to take the index finger and we're going to place it on the 2nd fret of the A string. Right? Nice pressure, rolling the fingers up so they're standing on their tiptoes. And here at the bottom, we're going to have the 3rd fret on the high E string with our pinky finger, and then the 3rd fret on the B string with our ring finger. So that's middle on E3, index on A2, ring on B3, and high E3 with the pinky. And we play all 6 strings for this chord. Let's hear how that one sounds. There we go. G is a beautiful chord. They call it the cowboy chord because it's in a lot of country songs. But it's not just in country. This chord is everywhere. One of the most popular chords and one of the most beautiful sounding chords too. All right, so remember how to practice the chord. First we pick through it. And then we do some strumming. We'll start with just down and up strums. Ready, and practice that as much as you like. But we're going to move on right now to another chord. So we're going to have 2 chords that we're working on today. And the next one is C major. So C major chord. We're going to start with our ring finger on the A string 3rd fret. Next, we'll take our middle finger and we're going to put it on the 2nd fret of the D string. And lastly, we're going to take our index finger and put it down on the 1st fret of the B string. Now you'll see at the top we have an X over the low E, so we're not going to be playing that. Our pick is going to start on the A string and strum down the whole bottom 5 set. Another beautiful sounding chord, C major. And we're going to practice it the same way we did the others. So we're going to start with picking through the chord. Very nice. And then strumming. So this one's going to be a little trickier because we have to try not to strum the low E string. So we can let that pick rest on the A string for that down strum, and on the up strum, we try to come back up to the A string. If it sweeps away a little before the A string, totally fine. So let's do down and up strums on this chord together. Ready, and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and excellent. Now if you're hearing this low E in there, we got to really watch that pick hand. Make sure it's not strumming that string. Some people like to bump their ring finger up so it touches the E string, so it kind of mutes it out. That's one way to do it, but in the long run we really just want to be able to focus on managing where the pick is so that we don't hit that low E string. So now that we're learning more chords, it doesn't take very long before we can start stringing a few of them together to make a song or play cover songs that we like. What we'll find though is that the hardest part of playing guitar at the beginning isn't just making the chord, which can be challenging on its own. It's going to be changing the chord fast. So a great way to start, let's take the G chord and the C chord that we just learned today and practice building the G and giving it a strum, and then at your best pace, build the C chord and give that a strum. And we want to practice going back and forth between these two chords. Now, a great way to measure this is to count in between and see how long it takes you. For example, if you can do it once per 4 count, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, then you've got a great start on that. At the beginning, it's not easy to do. So one important thing when we're switching chords is to try to make all the fingers land at the same time. And that's where it gets difficult. A lot of people, for example, when they build a G chord, they start at the bottom and then they add the top fingers, or even reverse that, start at the top, add the bottom. But here's the way we can build good habits. Just get all of your fingers on the G chord and give it some pressure. We don't have to use the pick at all for this part. Then let the pressure off, release it. Push down, let off, push down, let off. After you've done that a few times, slightly lift your fingers off the strings, all 4 of these fingers, just barely at the beginning. But what we're trying to do is land each finger at the same time, not a staggered build like 1, 2, 3, 4, or both and then both. We want all 4 of them, boom, to be a 1-point landing on that chord. So this is part of what I call the jumping jack process, building muscle memory for chords. So again, that's pressure on, pressure off, lift off, and put them back. Then we're going to go to our next chord, C major, and we're going to do the exact same thing. So that's ring finger on A3, middle on D2, and index on B1. And pressure on, pressure off, and then slowly lift the fingers off until they can even come up pretty high and land on the right string. They'll want to land on the wrong string at the beginning, so you take really small jumps. But then you can take, as you build muscle memory, you'll be able to take bigger jumps. Now the final step to this process is to do jumping jacks between the 2 chords. So I'll have all my fingers on my G chord and lift them up and place them all down on the C chord. Back to G, back to C, G and C and G and C. Now, an exercise like that, it could take a week, could take weeks, it could take a day. Everybody learns at a different pace, but I guarantee you that this is going to build muscle memory so much faster than just learning a song and simply doing the switch as you're playing the song. We're speeding up the muscle memory process. So one more time, we land on G, lift up, make the C shape, land on C, back and forth. And it's okay if it takes 30 seconds even to do that first jumping jack. You don't need to be able to fly through them like that. That's going to come way down the road when we can shift between chords easily like that. Now, the reason we need to switch fast is when we play songs, we're not going to just be strumming 1 time per 4 count. It can happen, and you can kind of even still play the skeleton of a song with 1 strum per 4 count. But usually we're using what's called a strumming pattern in a song. So because I'm doing this fast strumming, my chords have to switch in between the strums. So in a situation like that, we need to be able to switch fast. So that's why today we're putting an emphasis on the jumping jack process to learn how to switch our chords fast. So I hope this lesson helped you. Now we can do this with any 2 chords. It doesn't have to be G and C. Since we learned E minor in our first chord chart reading lesson, and we also learned a D, you could do it with those 2. Or we could take 2 very simple movements like E minor and A minor, which have very similar shapes. So that would be another great way to practice jumping jacks. So in our next class, we're going to be working on reading some mini chords and doing what I call an alternate picking pattern. But in the meanwhile, work with these two chords that we worked on today, and I think you'll have some great success with that. So if you like this video, like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next class. Bye-bye.